Hello Stampers, and thank you so much for joining me today for another Stampin' Sunday video. This is Laura Buechler of Inkyfingers Papercrafting, your independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Nanaimo, BC. Today I'm going to show you the pop-up book fold card. Isn't that cool? It's got like a book in the center that pops up as you open the card. Now, this card has a lot of steps, but none of them are very difficult. If you stick with me, you'll be able to make a really impressive card. I learned this fold from Dawn Griffith, and of course I changed it up to make it my own, using some products from the current annual catalog. So you do need a lot of different pieces to put this card together. Let's start with a card base of 5.5 by 8.5 inches scored in the center. The next layer is 5 by 8 inches, and we'll be doing some scoring and cutting on this together. We need several pieces of a contrasting color cardstock to decorate the inside of the card. Now, these look complicated, but there are only 2 measurements for them. These 8 pieces are cut to 1 3/8 by 7/8 of an inch, and then 2 pieces that are cut to 4 7/8 by 7/8 of an inch. As you can see, I've already run all of these pieces through my embossing machine with the Pretty Flowers embossing folder. Next, we'll need 2 pieces of designer series paper cut to 2 1/4 by 2 3/4. I'm using the beautiful hand pen designer series paper, which is on sale this month for 15% off. Stay tuned later in the video and I'll give you a glimpse of the whole paper pack. I want to mat these 2 pieces of designer series paper on cardstock mats. These are cut to 2 3/8 by 2 7/8. I also found that using 2 teensy little strips of that same color cut to 3/8 of an inch by 2 7/8 really helps the book shape to visually pop out. For the outside of the card, I'm going to use cardstock 4 by 5 1/4 inches, cardstock of 3 1/8 by 4 1/8, and a piece of designer series paper that's 3 by 4. Finally, I've got 2 extra pieces of white and colored cardstock, which I've cut with the layering circles dies. Let's start by scoring and cutting this inner piece of cardstock, which is going to create the pop-up book. So I'm going to line this up in my trimmer upside down so that I can see the numbers from 1 to 7 right here. And I'm going to line up my cardstock with the long side along where the blade is going to go, and I'm going to line it up at 1 inch. Now that's in place, and what I want to do is cut from 1 to 7. So I'm going to put my blade where the 1 is, put the ruler down, and cut to 7, and then lift up. And I'm going to do that along the other side as well. So line it up at 1 inch. My blade's already at 7, so I can leave it there, and cut all the way down to 1. Now, along the short side, we're going to do some scoring. First of all, we line it up at 1 inch, and we score between the 2 cut lines. We slide it along to 1 1/2, and again we score between the 2 cut lines. At 2 1/2, we're going to score, instead of going between the lines, we're going to go outside the lines, from the edge to the line and from the line to the edge. We're going to slide to 4 inches, and we're going to score the full length. So, oops, We've gone between the lines, and then outside the lines. This one, that's the full length, that's at the halfway mark. So we're going to turn this around and repeat those first 3 lines. At 1 inch, we go between the lines. At 1.5, we go between the lines. And at 2.5, we go from the edge to the line on both sides. Now let's burnish these folds and create the pop-up book. Do you see the book starting to take shape? Now I can go ahead and attach all these pretty decorative pieces to this inside layer. I used embossed cardstock to create these pieces, but another option would be to use more designer series paper instead. Kind of went wild with my color choices too. There are so many beautiful colors that coordinate with the hand pen designer series paper that I decided I was just going to use as many different colors in this card as I could. Now I'm going to put together the pieces that go on the book. See how adding that little pop of contrasting color really makes the book stand out? I'm going to stamp and punch out 2 sentiments to go on the pages of the book. I'm using sentiments from A Good Man stamp set and the Free as a Bird stamp set. Now I'll show you how to attach this piece to the inside of your card base. It's easier than you might think. We're just going to fold like so and line up the center score line here with the center of the card base. So you've kind of got a sea of adhesive. Now I'll close my card and that piece is attached, and I'll do the same thing on the other side. And there we go. And now I'm just going to give these pieces a little pop so that they're all popping out the way I want them to. Isn't that cool? And then when you want to close it flat for mailing, you can do that. All right, now with all this gorgeousness going on the inside of the card, we definitely want to do something beautiful on the outside of the card too. So we've got these few pieces to add. This piece I've already run through with the Pretty Flowers embossing folder. And I actually want to take a moment and show you a really cool trick that I've learned recently about how to tie double and triple bows. And even if you don't actually want to tie a double or triple bow, this is a really handy tip for figuring out how long your bow or how long your ribbon needs to be to tie a bow. So just using these 2 fingers of your non-dominant hand, for me that's the left, leave yourself a bit of grace here at the beginning. And then as you wrap once and twice and down the middle again, that would be enough to tie a single bow. So I'll show you that again. We leave a little bit of a tail. We wrap a figure 8 around once and twice and down the middle. And if I cut it there, that would be about enough for a single bow. But using this method, I can go even further and I can tie a double or triple bow. So I'll try a double one. Same start, we wrap around figure 8 once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, and then down the middle. Okay, so that's how long the ribbon needs to be in order to do a double bow. And I'm going to use the exact same method when I go to tie it, now that I've cut it. So leave a little bit of grace. We wrap around figure 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, and down the middle. This time I'm going to complete it. I'm going to wrap all the way around. And now, remember our beautiful grace at the beginning? We need to tie this and this into a knot. And you can see I start to use my fingers in all kinds of creative ways that I could not possibly put into words. But somehow it usually works. Tie that in a knot, and as it tightens, you can slide it off your fingers, and there's your double bow. Isn't that pretty? So I'm just going to grab a glue dot to attach that to my project. And put that right there. And then I can trim the ends a little bit. So the next step is stamping this beautiful big flower image in Memento black ink. And this is from the Flowers of Friendship stamp set. And I'm going to stamp this on the circle in Memento black ink and then color it in with my blends. For the final touch, I'm going to add some of these sequins from the Expressions in Ink Ephemera Pack. These iridescent sequins are just stunning. So as I said, this card takes a lot of steps, but none of them are hard. I hope you'll give it a try. And there's my finished card. Remember that you'll get a chance to win this card when you share the video. Leave a comment below to let me know that you've shared, and maybe I'll be sending you this card in the mail. Now here's a look at the rest of the pack of the hand-canned Designer Series paper. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I really appreciate it, and I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Please drop me a comment below and let me know what you think. And if there's something specific that you'd like to learn about, just ask. Remember that you can purchase all the products shown on my website, inkyfingers.ca, where you'll also find more project tutorials, current promotional details and catalogs, and the sign up for my monthly email newsletter. I'm not currently offering in-person classes, but you can visit my website to see all the different virtual events I am offering, including Creativity to Go, Mystery Stamping, and Stash Cards. All of these classes are fun, social, creative, and welcoming. I hope to see you there soon. Find all of these details and so much more on my website. If you're watching this on YouTube, I invite you to join me on my Facebook page, Inkyfingers Papercrafting. There are fun, creative challenges and other opportunities to win cards from me every week. And if you do place an order, please use the current Hostess Code, which you can find on my website, because everyone who uses that code will get a free gift from me. If you'd like to earn your own Hostess rewards, all you need to do is place an order of over $200 or contact me and we'll start planning your own online party. Drop me a line for more details. Have a great day, everyone, and happy stamping. Bye!